Lastly, I want to talk about a junior high school division member. I've just mentioned several stars. Since I talked about Tomoyo Harada, Ono, and Kotokazi, now I will talk about a member of the JHS division. I want to talk about how incredible Daimoku is. For those of you who cannot study well now, or who have various problems, if you listen to what I'm about to say, you will understand the greatness of Daimoku. I mentioned challenging earlier. You can overcome anything if you chant Daimoku, because an incredible power emerges. I want to tell you that story. In a certain region, a JHS member passed away. He is no longer in this world. I want to tell you about how he died, the story of his passing. It has been 20 years since the創価学会JHS division was formed, but only once. Just once in 20 years, a funeral was conducted only by junior high schoolers. It was called the創価学会JHS division funeral. Junior high schoolers alone conducted the service. This is the story of how that student died. 6 years ago, in a snowy region, December 5th, that student's legs had already been amputated. And with a body like a caterpillar, he lay there with a body without legs. It was a disease called osteosarcoma. Even though his legs were cut off, the cancer cells had already spread to his upper body. The doctor said, he will probably die around December 20th. That boy was not practicing faith. His mother practiced modestly, but his grandfather and grandmother were devout followers of Nembutsu. His father was so opposed that he would kick the mother from behind if she was doing gongyo. Therefore, the mother couldn't even go to the discussion meetings. Being their child, there was no way he was doing gongyo. He was just quietly waiting to die. At that time, a young men's division member, the kind of person you'd find right around you, just like the one who just graduated and was introduced, such a YMD member, sneaked into the hospital, which was closed to visitors, by having a nurse open the lock from the inside and slipped in. He carried the boy on his back, went to the temple at 100 a.m., knocked on the shutter, woke up the priest and said, "Please let this boy receive Gojukai," and had him receive the conversion ceremony. It was 100 in the morning. The boy asked the YMD man, "Mister, if I chant Daimoku, will I not die?" The man said, "You will absolutely not die. If I chant, my 2 legs are gone. Will they grow back?" The YMD man said, "Of course they'll grow back. What do you think Daimoku is? They'll grow back for sure." He said it. Struck by that overwhelming conviction, the boy began chanting Daimoku in a voice that could be heard throughout the hospital. The nurses stopped him. The doctor stopped him. "Stop it! Don't make such a loud noise in the hospital!" Because it hurt, because he was afraid to die, the boy chanted with all his might. 5 hours, 6 hours. It didn't matter if his parents tried to stop him. On December 20th, he did not die. New Year's came, he did not die. Mid-January, he didn't die. February, he didn't die. The doctors began to be amazed. On February 3rd, the boy said to the doctor, "Doctor, it doesn't hurt anymore. It's not painful anymore. Daimoku is amazing. It's more effective than any medicine." On February 6th, He called the YMD man to his bedside and said, "Mister, you said I wouldn't die if I chanted Daimoku, right? You said my legs would grow back if I chanted, right? I've kept chanting Daimoku for 10 hours a day for 2 months, and I finally understand what that means. Not dying means that you stop being afraid of death. Legs growing back means dying once and being reborn with a beautiful body." "Mister, you were amazing. It was exactly as you said." He said this on February 6th. On February 9th, he called his family. He said, "I'm going to die now, but there's one thing I was able to do for Dad, Grandpa, and Grandma. It's that Nam-myoho Renge Kyo is incredible, because I'm no longer afraid to die. No, more than not being afraid to die, I'm more worried about Grandpa, Grandma, and Dad than myself. Why did it turn out like this? Daimoku is amazing. It's truly incredible," he told them. On February 9th, so please do this, Faith. Right there, the grandfather, grandmother, and father decided to join. On February 10th, the day before he died, he gathered everyone and said, "There is only one thing I regret. It is that just once I wanted to attend a JHS division meeting where people chant Nam-myoho Renge Kyo just like me. I wanted to attend just once." The YMD man said, "Don't worry, I'll gather every junior high student in the prefecture and hold a meeting for you." That was the funeral. February 11th, the boy passed away with a peaceful face that you wouldn't believe was from osteosarcoma. February 12th, 380 JHS students gathered. Everyone sang the JHS song. Even though it was a funeral, what the neighborhood heard was "for justice." Even though it was a funeral, what the neighborhood heard was "for justice." When the hearse arrived, no one would let go of the coffin. One student said, "Today I'm going to sing until my throat bleeds." They sang "for justice" 28 times. They sang it over and over. They gave their experience speeches toward that coffin. They recited great hope toward that coffin. Everyone took turns conducting the song toward the coffin. He wanted to attend a JHS meeting just once. Finally, that YMD member, a truly wonderful man, a district leader, just 36 years old, opened the coffin and addressed them with these words. Listen, you guys. Take a look at what a wonderful face a person has when they die after chanting Daimoku to the very end. All 380 people looked at the boy's face in the coffin. It was a magnificent proof of death. He's already been reborn. President Ikeda sent a message. It wasn't a condolence speech, but a message to the boy. Let's fight on the stage of the 21st century. Let's fight together. It was Sensei's message. I believe Daimoku makes your life state so big that far from losing the fear of death, you become uncontrollably concerned about the people around you rather than yourself. He was the one dying. Why didn't he pray, "Please cure my illness"? What he prayed for was, how can I make my family happy, even though he was the one dying? Daimoku is incredible. For humans, there is nothing as scary as death. However, if you chant Daimoku, you stop being afraid of death. You have such a wonderful Gohanzon in your own home. Of course, you'll be able to study. It's amazing. I think this is truly incredible. A life that challenges will gush forth. He cut through the devil of death and the devil of illness with Daimoku. Give it everything you've got. Some people chant Daimoku in a half-hearted way. That's no good. 100 or 200 times is no good. You must chant properly. When you call out to someone, if you just whisper Nakamura in a tiny voice, you don't even know if they can hear you. If you mutter Suzuki Yamada in a low voice, they won't even bother to look your way. But if you shout Yamada with a powerful voice, they'll surely turn around. If you call out Nakamura in a loud, clear voice, you must chant Daimoku like that. If you don't chant Nam Myoho Renge Kyo firmly, the Gohanzen won't turn toward you. With half-hearted Daimoku, it's no use. It must be a Daimoku that strikes hard and brings forth a person's life. If you chant that kind of Daimoku, I believe you will become a wonderful human being.